In this video, I'm going to give you the best method to start selling digital products online successfully this year. And I'm going to come at this from a place as though I'm starting completely from scratch. So I've got no followers, I've got no money in the bank, I've got no digital assets to speak of like an email list. So I'll run through exactly what I would do if I was starting as a beginner. So you guys can follow along, okay? And I'll also show you exactly what I wouldn't do. Because after years of doing this, I know the common pitfalls that you could fall into, and I don't want that to happen to you. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Ashley Parry. I've been selling digital products online for the last 6 years, and the most recent 3 years, I've been doing this exact method that I'm going to show you today. And it's amassed me over 750,000 followers and banked me multiple six figures in pretty much pure profit, about 95% profit margin. That's why digital businesses are amazing. So we're going to really go into this today. So make sure you've got a comfortable seat, your drink of choice. And if you're wondering what that weird little icon is there by step number 5, that's meant to be a key with $signs around it, because step number 5 is actually one of the most important ones. So we'll run through that last but not least. So let's jump straight into it. Step number 1, what I want you to do immediately is give yourself a pat on the back. Why? Because you're getting started. This is your first step by watching this video. But also, this is the best time for you to get started. A lot of people, when they get started in this industry, they think, oh, I'm too late, it's too saturated, I should have started years ago. All of these limiting beliefs and, to be honest, excuses for not getting started. And after doing this for many years and working with thousands of students to help them get success online and make money online, I know it's just not the case. Why do I know that? Because when I started with this method back in 2022, the back end of 2022, then you had to work very hard to get every single one of the followers that you were getting. And whenever you posted a video onto your profile, only the followers that you had would see that video, okay? Nowadays, you can post a video, and if it's good and it's engaging, then an unlimited number of people can see it. That is why the playing field has been evened massively right now, because these social media platforms, they don't care if you've got 1 follower, 10 followers, 100 followers, or indeed, in my case, hundreds of thousands of followers. If the content that you're posting is good and engaging, it will show it to as many people as it possibly can. Because you've got to think about how these social media platforms make money. They make money by serving ads to people. Okay, so if you've got a piece of content that attracts people to the platform to stay on there and continue watching, that gives them more opportunity to serve more ads to them. So they're going to give you the eyeballs that you want from your good piece of content. It wasn't like that back in the day. You had to work really hard. So even someone like me with hundreds of thousands of followers, I have to work just as hard, or if not harder, than someone that's brand new coming into this starting from complete zero. So don't let that thinking hold you back. Give yourself a pat on the back because you're starting in the right direction. So step number 2, and the reason I wanted to get started with that step number 1 is because it's a bit of a mindset shift, you know? So step number 2, 1 product that solves 1 problem, okay? Now, I'm bringing this into step number 2 because I see this as one of the biggest mistakes that newbies make. They think, okay, I'm getting into the digital marketing, selling digital product business. I need to sell as many as possible. I need to help as many people as possible. So let's create a social media profile, have the link in the bio go through to a page where I've got 15 or 20 different products that I'm selling. Because I can see the thinking behind that. Hey, let's give people as many options as possible because it's like a smorgasbord. It's like a buffet. Let's give people all those options. At least one of those options is going to be relevant to them and they'll go ahead and purchase. Couldn't be any further from the truth. A confused prospect, a confused prospective customer never buys. That is why I always advise my students to only ever promote just 1 product that solves 1 problem for 1 core demographic at a time. That doesn't mean that you're locked into just that forever on that particular profile. You can chop and change as long as it's not too regular. Let's say once per year or once every couple of years, but really for the long term on 1 product. So you become known as that person that helps with that particular problem. okay? Because you also have another thing where people come and follow you. They sit on the fence for a long time, watching you, making sure you're legit, making sure that you're turning up, making sure you're actually someone that they like. And if after 4 months they're ready to get off the fence and you've already changed up the product that you're promoting and they were just about to convert on that previous product, well, you've potentially lost out on a sale there. So I would say one product, one problem. Now, whether you create that product yourself, you could, PDFs, checklists, courses, programs, or I'm a big fan of affiliate marketing. You go and find an already existing product that you can become an affiliate for, leverage all of the advantages that come from that. And the biggest one being that you don't have to sit down and create the product yourself, and then have that linked in your bio. It's completely up to you. Explore both options. I've got tons of videos here on the channel talking about affiliate marketing and going down that route. Go and give those a watch after this one to help you understand how you would find those products. But yes, one product solving one problem for one core demographic. Okay. Now, step number 3, attention. Without attention, we're not going to make money. We need eyeballs on whatever it is that we're promoting or selling. Because think of it like a shop on the high street or in a mall or in a shopping complex. If you don't have people walking into your store, you're never going to have someone buying something off the shelves in your store. It's the same thing online. We need people coming to our website, coming to our checkout, coming to our profile in order for us to potentially make any money whatsoever. So what I would say is start posting onto social media, onto your Instagram profile, whatever profile on whatever platform that you've got regularly. I think 2 times a day is a good number to go for, okay? 2 pieces of content per day. Let's take Instagram for this example. Just stick to doing that. Now, they can be videos, they can be carousels, they can be, well, pretty much those 2 things. But the thing you've got to realize with Reels is they're normally shown to non-followers, whereas carousels are predominantly shown to current followers. You've got to keep that in mind. When you're beginning, you're probably wanting to attract more non-followers to build up your follower base. So probably Reels are going to be the thing that you need to do, and they're just simple videos. But post them regularly and consistently because we need that attention. And in the industry, it's known as traffic. The more traffic that you get, the more sales that you will make. Traffic, very simply, equals sales. Okay? So yes, when you're looking at the videos that you're posting, look at the views. I'll mention more of that in step number 4. Look at the views, but it's not the be all and end all, but it will be the number 1 metric that you need to look at, especially at the beginning. Now, the great thing about posting content on social media is that it's completely free. We don't need to go down the paid ads route. As long as you're posting content consistently and it's decent enough and you'll just get better the more that you do it, then you will get that traffic in completely for free. Obviously, all you have to do is invest your time to create this content. That's it. That's why this is huge for beginners, because you're not having to risk the number 1 thing that you're trying to gain, which is money. So make sure you're getting attention. Step number 4, as I mentioned, track your metrics. By the way, I'm looking at my notes here on the laptop, so if you're wondering where I'm looking there, okay? So track your metrics. Now, you can be doing 2 videos a day or 1 reel and 1 carousel a day, and no sales are popping up. There's no notifications coming up on your phone. Your bank account's not looking healthier. You're wondering what the heck is going on here. 2 metrics that I think you should be tracking religiously every single day in your business to understand whether your marketing's working or not is how many emails are you collecting, if you are collecting emails via an opt-in page, and or how many checkout page views that you're getting. Because if you look at those numbers, you'll very quickly understand if your marketing's working and is actually converting into tangible benefits for your business that could lead to a sale down the line. What I mean by this is, let's say you're doing these videos and one of them absolutely pops off and gets 500,000 views or 1 million views. And then you go and check, okay, how many emails did I collect yesterday when it was starting to pop off? Or how many people did it actually went through to my checkout and almost purchase? Of course, if you're getting sales, you know things are working. But if you're not, you look at these numbers. And let's say you got 2 emails yesterday on 500,000 views, then you know very quickly that, yes, you're doing good content. It is engaging people, but it's probably not engaging the right people because they're not incentivized enough to go through and give you their email address, to find out whatever you were promising them, some sort of lead magnet or a checklist or a PDF, or they're not interested enough in your product to go all the way through to the checkout and actually potentially convert. Okay. So then if you're in that situation, then you'll know that probably the videos that I should be doing moving forward need to be targeting different people or positioned differently or just plain different things said in the video, because I'm attracting the wrong people. It's not moving the needle. I'm getting the vanity metrics of great views, but it's actually not filling my bank account or giving me the leads that I need. That's why it's so important that you track your metrics, not just think, oh, I can sit back and relax because I'm getting 500,000, a million views on my videos. I'm doing fantastically well and my followers are increasing. Your followers are increasing with the wrong people that aren't actually interested in what moves the needle for you and your business. That's what I do. I wake up every day. How many emails did I collect yesterday? How many people went through and actually watched my webinar? In my case, not a checkout, but my webinar. If that's looking good and okay, great. We're ticking along nicely. If it's lower than normal, I need to get more videos out there, change them up, whatever it may be. So important to track your metrics. Then, last but not least, step number 5 with the terrible looking key, consistency. Sounds boring. You've heard it before, but as I said at the beginning of the video, this is the most important part of all of this. You can do every part, every step really badly. Let's say you're terrible. You might be in the beginning. Most people are. Fair enough. But you can continue to be terrible with all those previous steps. But if you're consistent with it, not only will you get better with time because of that consistency, but also you differentiate yourself from 99.9% of other people that get into this space and try and make money from it by just turning up and continuing to turn up more than them. Because the vast majority of people, what they do is they do this for a couple of weeks, or they do it indeed for a couple of months, not see the results that they want for a number of different reasons and variables, and then just give up and move on to the next thing, the next shiny object. Someone comes along with a crypto offer or a trading offer and say you can make $3 million in the next 2 hours, and they get distracted by that. The people that stick with something like this, that is tried, tested, continues to work and has worked like gangbusters, stick with it for the long term, are the winners of the future. Not the people that jump from one thing to another to another. I see it all of the time. I get people coming to me in my program, my students, they say, I've tried this, I've tried that, I'm burnt out, I've done drop shipping, I've done Amazon FBA. I just want something that works that I can stick with. Now, of course, it's on me to keep them accountable, so make sure they do stick with something. But for you watching right now, if you can be consistent with this and do not give up, even when it seems like it's not working. I'm doing my 2 videos per day and my followers aren't increasing or my views are still staying really low. Obviously get better. You can't just blindly be consistent. You have to get 1% better every single day. And that's what you should be doing anyway. And eventually the needle will start moving and your business will blow up. Okay? Because this is not a get rich quick scheme. This is not an overnight riches. This is you building a legitimate online business that once it starts popping off, it gives you the freedom that you're looking for. It gives you the options. You can do this as long as you've got a Wi-Fi connection and a laptop from anywhere in the world. Or if you don't want to be anywhere in the world, just to spend more time with the family or the kids or whatever you're looking for. This is great, but of course, like anything worthwhile, it takes time and effort and consistency in the beginning. All right? Now, if you're interested in learning more about what I do and how I help people, it's all linked down below in the description, my free community and more information about how to work with me. Go and check those out if you're interested. And as you can see here, there's a video that's just popped up here on the screen that the boffins over at YouTube think that you'll be also most interested in from the suite of videos that I've got here on my channel. Go and give that a click and I'll catch you over there in a second.